Welcome to Module H8. This is the last module of Phase 1. In this module, you will write down how your business works, so that anyone in your team can do it the right way, every time, even when you are not there. In H7 you used Microsoft Copilot to read long documents for you. You got the key points from contracts and government scheme papers in 60 seconds. You prepared meeting lists, turned rough notes into clean records, and used Copilot to help you think through a big business decision. In H8 you do something different. You use Copilot to write down how your business works, step by step, so that any team member can do the work the right way, every time, whether you are there or not. Here is a problem that many business owners in India will recognize. The most important steps in your business, how to pack the product, how to check quality, how to welcome a new team member, are not written anywhere. Only you know them. Or one trusted person knows them. When that person is sick, on leave, or leaves the job, everything goes wrong. Customers wait. Products go out incorrectly. New workers make the same mistakes for weeks. Copilot solves this. It takes what you describe and writes it out as a clear, step-by-step guide in under 5 minutes. By the end of this module, you will have written a complete step-by-step work guide for one real task in your business. You will have built a task list for launching a new product or starting a new project. You will have found the one step in your work process that causes the most delays, and you will have a plan to fix it. You will have written one official paper for your team, like rules for taking leave or a welcome plan for new workers. And you will have written your commitment, one specific way you will use Copilot in your business. Let us start by understanding why writing down how your business works matters so much, and why most small businesses have never done it. In most small businesses, the most important steps are never written down. How to pack a product carefully. How to check if the quality is good. How to train a new worker. These things exist, they work, but only because one specific person has learned them over many years. The moment that person is sick or leaves, the way of working changes. The quality drops. Mistakes happen. A new worker has no one to learn from. This costs Indian businesses time, money, and customers every single week. Writing down your work steps, even in simple language, changes this completely. Here are 5 examples. How to pack and send out products. Copilot writes this in 3 minutes. How to welcome and train a new team member, done in 10 minutes. A task list for starting a new product, done in 5 minutes. Rules for coming to work and taking leave, done in 8 minutes. The steps for ordering raw materials from a supplier, done in 5 minutes. Each of these would take days to write on your own. Most business owners never write them at all. With Copilot, you write them today. Before you ask Copilot to write a work guide, follow 5 rules. Rule 1. Describe the full task, say who does the work, what tools they use, and what a good result looks like. Rule 2. Ask for numbered steps, not a paragraph. Rule 3. Always ask Copilot to include quality checks, the moments where someone stops and checks that the work is correct. Rule 4. Describe the person who will follow the guide, for example, a new packer who has never done this before. The simpler the language, the more useful the guide. Rule 5. Always read the guide before you give it to your team. Copilot gives you the structure, you check the details. When the work steps are written down, 3 things change. Any team member can follow the task, not just the one person who memorized it. The quality of the work becomes the same every time, every product packed the right way, every customer problem handled the same way, every new worker trained the same way. And the time it takes to train a new worker drops. A new person with a written guide becomes useful in days, not weeks. One guide written today can protect your business for years. Before we move on, do this now. Think about your business. Which task is the most at risk, the one that breaks completely when one specific person is not there? Choose from packing and sending out products, making the product, checking quality, handling a customer complaint, receiving raw materials from a supplier, or another task in your own business. Write the name of the task in one sentence. Write why this task matters most to your business. That is the task you will write a guide for in the next part. Now let us write your first step-by-step work guide using Microsoft Copilot. This is the most important activity in this whole module. A written work guide in business, this is often called an SOP, which stands for Standard Operating Procedure, is a document that describes exactly how to do one task in your business. Think of it as a recipe. A recipe tells you the ingredients, the steps, and what the food should look like when it is ready. A work guide tells your team member the materials, the steps, and what the finished work should look like. A good guide has 8 parts. The task name and why it matters. Who it is for. What materials or tools are needed. The steps in order. Quality checks along the way. Safety steps. Common mistakes to avoid. And a sign-off where the worker confirms they followed the guide. Here is exactly what to type into Microsoft Copilot. Type, create a step-by-step work guide for describe the task. This guide is for your type of business in your city. The person using this guide is describe them, for example, a new team member who has never done this before. Write the guide with 8 sections. 1. The task name and purpose. 2. Who this guide is for. 3. The materials and tools needed. 4. The steps in order with sub-steps. 5. Quality checkpoints where the worker stops and checks the work. 6. Safety steps. 7. Common mistakes to avoid. 8. A sign-off section. Use simple words. No difficult terms. Then run it. Here is a real example. A woman who makes ceramic products in Jaipur was losing 12 out of every 100 products to breakage during packing. The packing steps were never written down. Her experienced packers knew the right way, but had never taught it to anyone. When they were absent, new workers packed the wrong way. She used the work guide prompt with packing as the task. In under 5 minutes, Copilot returned a 12-step guide with a list of materials, the correct packing order, 3 quality checkpoints, and 4 safety steps. She printed it and put it next to the packing table. Within 6 weeks, she was losing only 2 products out of every 100. 3 years of meaning to write this down, done in 5 minutes. When Copilot gives you the work guide, check 4 things. 1. Are the steps in the right order for how your business actually works? If not, move them. 2. Are the quality checkpoints at the right places, not just at the end, but at the important moments during the task? 3. Is the language simple enough for the person who will use this guide? If a word is difficult, ask Copilot to use a simpler word. 4. Is the sign-off section usable? Does it have a space for a name, a date, and a tick? After you make your checks and improvements, the guide is ready. Print it. Put it at the place where the task happens. Activity 2. Open Microsoft Copilot at copilot.microsoft.com. Use the work guide prompt from this section. Fill in your type of business, your city, and describe the person who will follow this guide. Read what Copilot gives you. Check, does it have numbered steps? Quality checkpoints? Safety steps? A sign-off section? Make one improvement, fix the order, simplify a word, or add a quality check you know is important from your own experience. Write down the one improvement you made. Write the name of the first team member you will train using this guide. Write the date by which you will train them. Save the guide. It is the foundation of your commitment at the end of this module. Well done. Now let us build a task list, a tool that stops important steps from being missed when you start something new, like a new product. Most small businesses have lost a sale, missed a deadline, or had a new product start badly not because the product was wrong, but because a step was missed in the preparation. The price was not updated before the product went to the shop. The supplier was not told 2 weeks before. The WhatsApp message was sent to the wrong group. A task list stops all of these mistakes. It lists every task, names who is responsible, and gives a deadline for each task. When a task is done, you tick it. When nothing is ticked, you know what is still missing. Copilot builds this list for you in 5 minutes. Here is the exact prompt. Type, create a complete task list for starting a new product in my business. I run your type of business in your city. The date I want to start selling, the date. Where I will sell it, for example at my shop, online, through a distributor. My team size, the number of people. Group the list into 6 stages. 1. Preparation before anything starts. 2. Making the product and getting it ready. 3. Telling customers about it and making it available to buy. 4. Getting it to the right places. 5. The day it starts selling. 6. Checking how it went after 1 week. For each task write the task, the person responsible, the number of days before the start date, and a tick box. When Copilot gives you the task list, do 3 things. First, read all 6 stages and check that nothing important is missing for your specific product and your specific selling place. Add any steps that Copilot missed. Second, write a real name next to every task, not just accounts team or packing team, but the actual name of the person. A name creates responsibility. A team name does not. Third, count back from the start date and check that every deadline is realistic given how busy your team is right now. If it is not, change the start date now, not on the day the product should be ready. A workflow map is a simple table that shows every step of a process from beginning to end. For example, from the moment a customer places an order to the moment they receive it. Think of it like a river map, it shows every point along the way. For each step, the map shows the step name, who is responsible, what comes in, what goes out, and how long it should take. When you have a workflow map, you can see exactly where the delays happen. Where 2 people are waiting for each other. Where 1 person is doing the work of 3. Copilot builds this map for any process you describe in 2 minutes. Activity 3. Think of one new product, project, or event coming up in your business that involves more than 5 steps and more than 1 person. Write its name. Write the date you want it to be ready. Write where you will sell it or who will be involved. Write the size of your team. Open Copilot and use the new product task list prompt from this section. Fill in all your real details. Read the list Copilot gives you across all 6 stages. Write down the one stage or task you had not thought of before. That is your most important finding from this activity. Write real names next to every task. Save the list. Now let us find the one step in your work process that causes the most delays and make a plan to fix it. In every business, there is one step where work piles up, slows down, or goes wrong most often. In a food business, it might be the packing step. In a cloth shop, it might be the quality check before products go out. In a repair shop, it might be waiting for spare parts to arrive. This is the slowest step. In business language, it is sometimes called a bottleneck, which means a narrow point where everything gets stuck, like water trying to get through a narrow bottleneck. You usually know that something is slow in your business, but you may not know exactly which step is causing it or why. Copilot can help you find it. Here is the prompt. Type, "Look at this work process and find where the delays are." I run your type of business. My work process goes like this. Describe each step in order. For each step, write who does it, how long it takes, and what often goes wrong. Find 1. The 3 steps most likely to cause delays or mistakes. 2. The reason for each delay in one sentence. 3. 3 specific things I can do to fix each delay. Write the answer as a table with 5 columns: the slow step, the reason for the delay, fix 1, fix 2, fix 3. Then describe your steps honestly, including the parts where things go wrong. The more honest your description, the more useful the answer. When Copilot gives you the table, do not try to fix everything at once. Choose one slow step, the one that costs you the most time or causes the most mistakes every week. Read the 3 fixes for that step. Choose the one fix you can do this week without spending extra money. Write it down. Do it. After 7 days, check if it made a difference. If it did, try the second fix. If it did not, try the second fix instead. Small improvements that you actually do are better than big plans that never happen. Activity 4. Choose one work process in your business that has at least 4 steps. A good example is taking an order and getting the product to the customer. The customer orders, you check if you have the item, you pack it, you write the delivery note, you send it out, you collect payment. Write the name of this process. Write the step that is most often slow or causes the most mistakes. Open Copilot. Use the slowest step finder prompt. Describe each step as honestly as you can, including the delays and the problems. Read the table Copilot gives you. Write down the slow step that costs your business the most. Write the reason Copilot identified. Write the one fix you will do first. Write the date by which you will do it. Save this. Now let us look at how Copilot can help you write the team papers your business needs, like leave rules and welcome plans for new workers, and stop problems before they start. Most small businesses in India have no written rules for their team. No rules about coming to work and taking leave. No written plan for training a new worker. No written notice when a rule changes. This is not because owners do not care. It is because writing these papers takes hours, and the daily work always feels more urgent. The result is arguments. A team member says they did not know they needed to give notice before taking leave. A new worker makes the same mistake for 2 weeks because no one explained the rules. A decision feels unfair because it was never written down. Copilot writes every one of these papers in minutes. There are 4 team papers that every small business should have. 1. A welcome and training plan for new workers, a day-by-day plan for the first 4 weeks with tasks, who will teach them, and a sign-off at the end. 2. Leave and attendance rules, clear written rules about types of leave, how to ask for leave, and what happens if a worker does not come without telling anyone. 3. An official notice, a simple letter to tell your team about a change, like new working hours or a holiday. 4. A plan for a worker who is making repeated mistakes, a written plan with what needs to improve, by when, and what help you will give. Here is the prompt. Type, write a, name the paper you need for my business. I run a, your type of business, with the number of workers in your city. Situation, describe what is happening in 2 or 3 sentences. Format, say if you want a checklist, a list of rules, or an official letter. Language, English only or Hindi and English. Tone, clear and professional. Include a space for the manager to sign and write the date. Add your real details. Describe the situation honestly so Copilot writes something your team will actually understand. After Copilot writes the team paper, do 3 things. First, read it and change any word or rule that does not match the way your business actually works. Copilot gives you a good structure, you add your specific rules and your own way of speaking. Second, ask someone you trust to read it, a partner, a senior team member, or a family member who helps in the business. Ask them, is anything unclear? Is anything missing? Is there anything the team might not understand? Third, once it is finalized, give it to the team formally, in a meeting or on WhatsApp, and ask them to confirm they have received it. Keep a record of who you shared it with and when. Activity 5. Choose the one team paper your business needs most right now. A new worker welcome and training plan if you are hiring soon. A leave and attendance rules paper if you have had arguments about unplanned absence. An official notice if you need to tell your team about a change. Or an improvement plan for a worker who is currently making repeated mistakes. Write the problem you want to solve in 1 sentence. Open Copilot and use the team paper writing prompt. Include your real details, the number of workers, the city, and a specific description of the situation. Read the draft. Make one change to fit your business. Write the name of the worker or team you will share this with. Write the date by which you will share it. Save it. Now let us look at a real business owner who used all 3 tools together, a work guide, a new product task list, and a worker welcome plan, and what changed in just 18 minutes. Meena runs a food packaging business in Pune. She makes and packs snack foods and supplies them to 3 traders. She had 3 serious problems at the same time. First, the way she packs the food was never written down. 15 out of every 100 packets were being sent back by traders because of quality problems. Second, she was starting a new product called masala cashews in 6 weeks. There was no task list. Steps were being missed. Third, 2 workers had left the previous month. New workers had no written welcome or training plan. They were making the same mistakes for 2 to 3 weeks, costing the business money every day. Meena opened Copilot and described her packing steps one by one, the materials used, the workers involved, the common mistakes, and what a correctly packed product should look like. She used the work guide prompt. In under 5 minutes, Copilot gave her a 14-step guide with 3 quality checkpoints and specific safety steps for food handling. She printed it and put it next to the packing table. Within 4 weeks, the number of products being sent back fell from 15 out of every 100 to just 3 out of every 100. 5 minutes with Copilot fixed a problem that had been hurting her business for months. Next, Meena used the new product task list prompt for the masala cashews. She entered the product details, the 6-week start date, her 3 trader channels, and her team of 8 workers. Copilot gave her a 32-task list across 6 stages: preparation, making and packing the product, telling traders and customers, getting it to the right places, the day it starts selling, and a review after 1 week. She immediately saw 2 stages that had not been planned at all, confirming with traders in advance and reviewing how the launch went. She put real names against every task. The product was ready on time, the first time in 2 years that a new product started on the date she planned. Finally, Meena used the team paper prompt to write a 4-week welcome and training plan for new packing workers. She described her business, the number of new joiners, and the typical mistakes new workers made in the first 2 weeks. Copilot gave her a plan: what to do on day 1, training steps for week 1, quality checks in week 2, supervised independent work in week 3, and a sign-off at the end of week 4. She added the names of the trainers and the specific tasks each new worker needed to learn. New workers became productive 2 full weeks earlier than before. The cost of early mistakes dropped a great deal. Meena solved all 3 problems in 18 minutes. The packing work guide 5 minutes. The new product task list 8 minutes. The new worker welcome plan 5 minutes. 3 papers that had been missing for years, written, ready, and given to the team in 18 minutes on a Wednesday morning. She said, "I always knew I needed to write these down. I just never found the time. Copilot gave me the time back." Here are 5 things to take from Meena's story. You do not need any special training to write good work guides. You just need to describe your task honestly. The prompts in this module work for any type of business: food, cloth, repair, retail, farming supplies, services, or any other. The quality checkpoints in the work guide are the most important part. They are what changed Meena's return rate from 15 in 100 to 3 in 100. Start with the task that is costing you the most money or causing the most problems right now. That gives you the fastest result. And every paper you write today protects your business from the same problem next month. Now let us save the prompts you have learned today and build your work papers library, your permanent record of everything you have created for your business. Save these 7 prompts somewhere you can always find them: your phone notes, a saved document, or a folder. Prompt 1, the work guide prompt for any business task. Prompt 2, the new product task list prompt. Prompt 3, the slow step finder prompt for any process with delays. Prompt 4, the new worker welcome and training plan prompt. Prompt 5, the leave and attendance rules prompt. Prompt 6, the official notice prompt for any team communication. Prompt 7, the daily task checklist prompt for any specific role in your team. These 7 prompts mean your business never has to start from a blank page again. There is one more prompt worth using this week. The daily task checklist prompt builds a list of tasks for one specific role in your business: what that person does each morning when they arrive, during the day, and at the end of the day before they leave. Type "Create a daily task checklist for describe the role in my type of business in city." The checklist should cover 1. Tasks when the working day starts. 2. Tasks during the day, repeated checks, quality checks, and handing over to the next person. 3. Tasks at the end of the day, confirming work is done, noting anything that needs attention, and signing off. For each task include the task, the person responsible, how long it takes, and a tick box. Use simple, clear language. This checklist can be printed and given to any team member. Your work papers library is the permanent record of every work paper your business produces. It has 4 sections. Section A is your work guides. List every guide you have written, whether it has been checked, and whether your team is using it. Section B is your task lists. List every new product or project task list with the date used. Section C is your team papers. List every team paper you have written and whether it has been given to the team. Section D is your 48-hour commitment, the one specific way you will use Copilot in your business starting this week. Fill all 4 sections today. The most important thing you will do in this module is write your commitment. This is your promise to use AI in your own business, not in a session, not as practice, but this week. Write the name of the one task or process you will use Copilot for. Write how that task works today and what goes wrong. Write what Copilot will change. Write the specific first step you will take in the next 48 hours. Write the name of the person who will help you or check your progress. Write the result you expect: time saved, fewer mistakes, or better quality. Sign it. Write today's date. This commitment goes to your trainer as your Phase 1 submission. Let us look at everything you have covered in this module and close Phase 1 of your journey. You have now completed Module H8. You understand why keeping work steps only in one person's head is risky and how Copilot fixes this in minutes. You have written a complete step-by-step work guide for a real task in your business with 8 sections, quality checks, and a sign-off. You have built a task list for a new product or project across 6 stages with names and dates. You have found the slow step in one of your work processes and have a plan to fix it. You have written one official team paper ready to share with your workers. And you have signed your 48-hour commitment. Here is what to do in the next 7 days. Day 1. Train the first team member using the work guide you built today. Day 2. Build the task list for your upcoming new product or project and write real names against every task. Day 3. Map one work process and do the one fix you identified. Day 4. Share the team paper from Activity 5 with the relevant workers. Day 5. Write a work guide for the second most important task in your business. Day 6. Use the daily task checklist prompt to build a day-by-day task list for your most important role. Day 7. Count how many work tasks now have written guides. Work out how much time your team saves each week. Write that number down. Let us take a moment to look at what you have built across all 8 modules. In H1 you used AI for the first time. In H2 you learned to give AI better instructions. In H3 you connected AI to your business information safely. In H4 you used AI to watch what is happening in your market. In H5 you built a daily AI task system that your team can use. In H6 you wrote professional emails, letters, and formal papers. In H7 you used AI to read documents and think through big decisions. And in H8 you wrote the guides and papers that make your business work the same way every time, with or without you. That is 8 tools. All built by you. All working for your business. Now complete the 5-question test. It takes about 10 minutes. You need 4 correct answers out of 5 to pass. Each question is based on a real situation: writing a packing guide, building a task list for a new product, finding a slow step, writing a welcome plan for a new worker, and your 48-hour commitment. If you do not pass, watch the 60-second video. It shows the work guide prompt and the new product task list prompt in action in under 10 minutes. Then look back at your activity answers and try the test again. There is no limit on how many times you can try. There is no penalty for trying again. Before you go, one final thought. The commitment you signed today is not the end of your AI journey. It is the beginning of the real work. Using what you have learned in your own business, with your own team, starting in the next 48 hours. Every work guide you write from today. Every task list you build. Every slow step you fix. Every team paper you share. These things add up. Each one makes your business a little more consistent, a little less dependent on one person, and a little more ready to grow. You have the tools now. Use them.